Hey Google, stop.
My love must be some kind of blind love. I can't see anyone but Are the stars out tonight? I don't know if it's cloudy or bright. I only have
Oh no. Alright. You're coming with me. You are coming with me. And you're coming with me. I forgot to continue on my project. Let's just say that I don't think a lot's gonna change, but I got competition, and I'm gonna go crazy on this editing thing for today, because today it's due at 11:59 p.m. and I did not realize I actually had to cancel. I had to cancel work, but yeah. Do I think I'm gonna win? Nope. I don't even think there's gonna be like any chosen specific people. Yeah, I'm just doing this for fun. I can't let Josh beat me. We'll see how it goes. I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey everyone, I'm Alejandro, and today we're diving into the creative gene by the legendary Hideo Kojima, one of the most visionary minds in game design. If you don't know who Kojima is, he's known for his masterpieces like Metal Gear, Solid, and Death Stranding. Kojima has spent decades crafting stories that push the boundaries of interactive storytelling, but what exactly fuels his creativity? In this book, he gives us a rare glimpse into the inspirations that shaped his unique approach to storytelling, world building, and game design. To truly understand his creative process, though, we first have to look back to where it all began. So to really understand Kojima's creativity, we've got to go back to his early days. Growing up in Japan, Kojima was obsessed with movies, often watching them late into the night while the rest of his house slept. He originally wanted to be a filmmaker, but ended up in the game industry instead. In the late 1980s, he joined Konami, where he created Metal Gear, a game that would go on to revolutionize stealth mechanics and storytelling. Fast forward a few decades, Kojima was basically the rock star of Konami. Well, until things went south. In 2015, after a very public and messy breakup, Kojima left Konami and started his own studio, Kojima Productions. But here's the thing, Kojima's creativity wasn't just shaped by games, it was built on a lifetime of movies, books, and music that shaped the way he tells stories. And that's exactly what the creative gene is all about. In this book, Kojima opens up about the works that inspired him, giving us a look inside the mind of one game's creators, visionaries. So let's break it down and see what makes Kojima, well, Kojima. So what exactly is the creative gene trying to say? Well, it's not your typical autobiography or game development deep dive. Instead, it's more like a personal journal where Kojima reflects on the books, movies, and music that shaped them. His core argument? Creativity isn't something that just appears out of nowhere. It's built over time, shaped by things we consume and experience. Kojima talks a lot about how reading books as a child made him think differently. how certain films influence the way he tells stories, and how music helps him set the tone for his games. He sees creativity as a kind of gene, not necessarily something you're born with, but something that evolves based on what you surround yourself with. In other words, if you want to be more creative, you need to feed your mind with different ideas, stories, and perspectives. But that raises an interesting question. Does everyone think this way? Is creativity really something you build, or is there something more to it? Let's find out. So, do you think creativity is something you're born with, or do you think it's something you get from life experiences like movies, books, and games?
I think you get that from movies and shows and everything. Like,
Why?
for example, Scarface. He came from nothing to something. He made money, died making money, but he still made it. You can learn things from that.
Well, yeah, and I'll say because like we all grow over time and like our mindsets change. And it's like whenever you read it or like see it, you're like, oh yeah, you can see from a different perspective.
I would say yes, because you get a lot of inspiration from movies and shows.
I think book shows and movies do inspire you to be more creative because it's someone's art. So obviously you're gonna want to make more art.
Yes, because movies and books bring imagination, and so having imagination explores more in depth with your creativity, and it gives you insight of inspiration.
I think watching movies, reading books, and any other material of that kind increases your creativity because it introduces you to new ideas and new developments that you are willing to use to create new stuff.
Yes, I think reading books increases your creativity because it really gives you new ideas, and you gotta get ideas from somewhere, So
I think that movies and reading does improve your creativity because you're watching and learning new things through stuff that you want to see.
Okay, I think reading books and watching movies does enhance your creativity because it exposes you to different perspectives and different ways of writing stories.
Kojima always had a thing for blending classic literature into his games, and Metal Gear Solid 5 The Phantom Pain is a perfect example of that. If you ever wonder why the main character goes by the name Ismail at the start of the game,
Who are you? Who am I? You're talking to yourself. Been watching over you for 9 years. You can call me Ismail.
or why the game's fake developer was called Moby Dick Studio before its reveal, well, it all ties back to Moby Dick by Herman Melville. In the novel, Ismail is the wandering survivor. The one telling the story is Captain Ahab's obsession with the white whale. Kojima, always a fan of layered storytelling, used this as inspiration for the Phantom Pain's themes of identity, revenge, and the loss of self. He even compared Big Boss's relentless pursuit of vengeance to Ahab's obsession, showing how both characters are ultimately consumed by their own missions. It's a great example of how Kojima doesn't just reference books, he absorbs the ideas and reshapes them into something new. And that's really what a creative gene is all about, how our influences shape the way we tell stories, create art, and express ideas. Kojima has spent a lifetime drawing inspiration from things he loves, and in turn, his work has gone on to inspire millions. So what can we take away from all this? Let's wrap things up. Oh yeah, something else I forgot to mention. This game made Game of the Year. So this kind of shows how dedicated Kojima is. So what can we take away from the creative gene and Kojima's approach to creativity? At its core, this book is a reminder that inspiration is everywhere. The stories we read, the movies we watch, the music we listen to, it all shapes the way we think, create, and express ourselves. Kojima didn't become one of the most visionary storytellers overnight. His creativity was built over decades of absorbing different ideas, remixing them, and turning them into something new. And that's something we can all learn from. Whenever you're a writer, an artist, a developer, or just someone who loves to create, the key isn't waiting for inspiration to strike. It's surrounding yourself with ideas that challenge and excite you. So if Kojima's story teaches us anything, it's this: never stop exploring, never stop learning, and most importantly, never stop creating. Thank you for everything, everyone, and go get inspired.